Welcome to the final chapter of Divine Manipulations, the Nexus of Religion and Politics. In this concluding installment, we explore the complexities of religious fundamentalism, the challenges of extremism, and the future of this intricate relationship. As we reach the end of our journey, we dive into the heart of global dynamics, where faith and governance intersect to shape our world. From the role of religion in international relations to the path forward in an interconnected world, this chapter is a captivating exploration of the future of the nexus between religion and politics. Join us as we conclude our exploration and reflect on the impact, challenges, and opportunities presented by this profound relationship. We hope you found this three-part series enlightening and thought-provoking. Before we delve into the final chapter, if you haven't already, remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Chapter 11, Religious Fundamentalism and Political Extremism. The relationship between religion and politics is not always one of harmony or cooperation. In many instances, it has given rise to religious fundamentalism and political extremism. This chapter delves into the complexities of this phenomenon, exploring how religious fervor can become a catalyst for radical political ideologies. Religious fundamentalism. Religious fundamentalism is characterized by a strict adherence to the core beliefs and principles of a faith. While it is not inherently extremist, fundamentalism can provide the ideological foundation for more extreme actions. Fundamentalist movements often aim to restore what they perceive as a purer, more traditional form of their religion. Political extremism, on the other hand, is characterized by radical, often violent actions in pursuit of a political agenda. When religious fervor becomes entwined with extreme political ideologies, it can lead to acts of terrorism, violence, and destabilization. This fusion of religious and political extremism poses significant challenges to global security and stability. The convergence of religious fundamentalism and political extremism is often marked by a fervent belief that the faith must be defended or propagated through any means, including violence. Extremist groups may use religious texts to justify their actions and recruit followers. The line between religious and political objectives can become blurred, with the pursuit of political power and the promotion of religious purity intertwined. Examples and case studies. This chapter explores several case studies from around the world, where religious fundamentalism and political extremism have intersected. From extremist groups using religion as a pretext for violence to the radicalization of individuals, we examine the multifaceted nature of this complex issue. Counterterrorism and prevention. Efforts to counter religious fundamentalism and political extremism are essential in maintaining global security. Governments, organizations, and communities work to prevent radicalization, rehabilitate extremists, and address the underlying factors that contribute to the rise of extremist ideologies. The ongoing challenge. The challenge of religious fundamentalism and political extremism is not confined to one region or one faith. It is a global issue that requires international cooperation, dialogue, and understanding. It highlights the need to balance the protection of religious freedoms with the prevention of violent extremism. As we navigate through this chapter, we will explore the dynamics, consequences, and potential solutions related to religious fundamentalism and political extremism. Understanding this complex aspect of the relationship between religion and politics is crucial in addressing one of the most significant challenges of our time. Chapter 12. Religious pluralism and political inclusion. In contrast to religious fundamentalism and political extremism, religious pluralism and political inclusion represent a different facet of the relationship between faith and governance. This chapter explores the significance of embracing diversity and accommodating various religious beliefs within political systems. Religious pluralism. Religious pluralism is the acknowledgement and acceptance of multiple faiths within a society. It goes beyond mere tolerance and recognizes that religious diversity is a natural and enriching aspect of human civilization. In pluralistic societies, individuals are free to practice their faith without fear of discrimination or persecution. Political inclusion. Political inclusion, on the other hand, is about ensuring that people from diverse religious backgrounds have equal opportunities to participate in the political process. This includes representation in government, the protection of minority rights, and the elimination of discrimination based on religion. The benefits of pluralism and inclusion. Religious pluralism and political inclusion have several benefits. They promote social cohesion and harmony by respecting the diverse beliefs and values of a population. Inclusive political systems enable the fair representation of all citizens, fostering a sense of belonging and participation. Case studies and examples. This chapter explores examples of countries and regions that have successfully implemented religious pluralism and political inclusion. Nations like India, known for its religious diversity, have a secular constitution that upholds the right to religious freedom and political participation for all citizens. Challenges and dilemmas. While religious pluralism and political inclusion are ideals to strive for, they are not without challenges. Balancing the protection of religious freedoms with other societal values can be complex. Struggles can emerge when religious practices conflict with secular laws or when political representation is not truly inclusive. Global relevance. The principles of religious pluralism and political inclusion are globally relevant. As the world becomes more interconnected, countries face the challenge of accommodating different faiths and cultures while maintaining political stability and social harmony. The way forward. As we explore this chapter, we'll examine the mechanisms and policies that can promote religious pluralism and political inclusion. We will discuss the role of civil society, education, and interfaith dialogue in fostering a culture of acceptance and collaboration. Religious pluralism and political inclusion are not only moral imperatives, but also crucial for the stability and progress of societies. Understanding how these principles can be applied in diverse contexts is essential for fostering harmonious and inclusive political systems. Chapter 13, Religion, Democracy, and Secularism. The interaction between religion, democracy, and secularism is a complex and often debated aspect of the relationship between faith and governance. This chapter delves into the dynamics of how these three elements intersect, coexist, and sometimes clash in various societies around the world. Religion in a democratic context. In democracies, religious freedom is a fundamental right. Citizens have the liberty to practice their faith and engage in the political process. However, the role of religion in politics can vary significantly. Some democracies have deeply religious societies where faith plays a prominent role in political decision-making, while others prioritize a strict separation between church and state. The secular state. Secularism represents the principle of separating religious institutions from the state. A secular state does not endorse or favor any specific religion and ensures that government decisions are made based on non-religious considerations. The concept of secularism is crucial for safeguarding the rights and freedoms of all citizens, regardless of their faith. Challenges and dilemmas. The relationship between religion, democracy, and secularism is not without its challenges. Striking the right balance can be complex. Conflicts can arise when religious values conflict with secular laws, such as issues related to marriage, abortion, and freedom of expression. Case studies and examples. This chapter explores case studies from different countries to examine the intricate dynamics of religion, democracy, and secularism. Nations like the United States, India, and France have distinct approaches to handling these elements, and their experiences shed light on the global diversity of models. The ongoing debate. The debate about the place of religion in democratic societies continues to evolve. It encompasses discussions about the rights of religious minorities, the limits of religious expression, and the relationship between religious leaders and political authorities. Global impact. The choices made regarding religion, democracy, and secularism in one country can have implications for others. International relations, diplomacy, and the influence of religious ideologies on global politics are all interconnected with these choices. As we navigate through this chapter, we'll explore how different societies address the challenge of reconciling faith with democracy and secularism. The complexities of this relationship provide us with valuable insights into the dynamic nature of governance and the ongoing quest for religious freedom and political pluralism. Chapter 14. the role of religion in international relations. The influence of religion extends beyond the boundaries of individual nations. Religion often plays a significant role in shaping international relations and global politics. This chapter explores how faith-based considerations impact diplomatic efforts, alliances, conflicts, and humanitarian initiatives on the world stage. Religious diplomacy. Religious diplomacy refers to efforts by religious leaders, institutions, or individuals to engage in diplomatic activities, often with the goal of promoting peace, reconciliation, and humanitarian aid. It can involve interfaith dialogue, mediating conflicts, and addressing issues of religious freedom and human rights. Religious alliances and conflicts. Religious factors can influence international alliances and conflicts. Countries may form partnerships based on shared religious beliefs, while religious differences can also contribute to tensions and conflicts. This is particularly evident in regions with deep-seated religious divisions. Religious terrorism and extremism. Religion can also be a driving force behind acts of terrorism and extremism on a global scale. Extremist groups may justify their actions based on religious beliefs, and these groups often operate across national borders. Humanitarian and development initiatives. Religious organizations and charities often play a vital role in global humanitarian and development efforts. They provide aid, support, and resources to communities in need, transcending national boundaries. International policies and interfaith dialogue. Countries and international organizations shape policies to address religious freedom, protect minorities, and promote interfaith dialogue. These policies can have a significant impact on diplomatic relations and global peace. Global ethics and values. Religion also contributes to the global ethical and moral framework, influencing international norms and values. Discussions around human rights, social justice, and the dignity of every individual often draw upon religious principles. As we navigate through this chapter, we'll explore various aspects of the role of religion in international relations. Understanding how faith-based considerations impact global politics is crucial for diplomats, policymakers, and individuals seeking to promote peace, cooperation, and humanitarian efforts on a global scale. Chapter 15: The Future Nexus of Religion and Politics. As we explore the intricate relationship between religion and politics, it's important to consider the future and the potential developments in this ever-evolving nexus. This final chapter examines the possible directions this relationship could take and the challenges and opportunities it presents. 1. Technology and social media. The advent of technology and social media is reshaping how religious and political messages are disseminated and received. Online platforms provide unprecedented opportunities for mobilizing and organizing, but they also pose challenges related to misinformation and the spread of extremist ideologies. 2. Interfaith dialogue and cooperation. In an increasingly interconnected world, interfaith dialogue and cooperation may become more crucial than ever. Building bridges between different religious communities and fostering mutual understanding can help address global challenges and promote peace. 3. Religious freedom and human rights. The protection of religious freedom and human rights will continue to be significant issues. Ensuring the rights of religious minorities and preventing discrimination based on faith will be central concerns in the political landscape. 4. Environmental ethics. The future nexus of religion and politics may also involve addressing environmental issues. Many faiths have ethical teachings related to stewardship of the earth. This could influence political decisions about climate change, conservation, and sustainability. 5. Globalization and migration. Globalization and migration will further shape the interaction between religion and politics. As people move across borders, they bring their religious beliefs with them, creating diverse communities that may demand recognition and representation. 6. Emerging religious movements. Emerging religious movements and new interpretations of faith could challenge established political structures. These movements may advocate for social change, equality, and justice, impacting political agendas. 7. Challenges of extremism. The future will likely see continued challenges related to religious extremism and political violence. Addressing the root causes and finding solutions to counter extremism will be paramount for global stability. Shite, the quest for peace. In the midst of these challenges, the quest for peace and coexistence remains a central goal. The future nexus of religion and politics should ideally focus on promoting harmony, tolerance, and social justice. As we conclude this exploration, it is clear that the relationship between religion and politics is as dynamic as the world itself. It will continue to adapt and evolve, offering both opportunities for positive change and challenges to be addressed. Understanding the future nexus of religion and politics is essential for policymakers, scholars, and individuals alike as we navigate the complexities of our ever-changing world. Thank you for joining us in this three-part series on divine manipulations, the nexus of religion and politics. We've covered the past, the present, and the future of this intricate relationship. From religious fundamentalism to global diplomacy, we've journeyed through the dynamic interplay of faith and governance. As we close this chapter, remember that the exploration doesn't end here. The world continues to evolve, and the nexus between religion and politics remains an integral part of our global landscape. Until we meet again in future adventures, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep questioning the world around you. This is Baldy's Thoughts, signing off.